Hello there, people! So today I am bringing you my King Slime Expert and Normal Mode boss fight guide covering all platforms. This is going to be a detailed guide to the boss, including preparation, gear, and strategies suitable for Expert, but of course everything is mostly applicable for Normal as well. It's just less necessary to do as much preparation. I will explain wherever there are differences between Normal and Expert modes or between game versions. So first I'm going to talk about spawning the boss. I'm going to cover a very easy way to defeat him. Then we'll talk about armor, weapons, accessories. Finally, I'll do the fight and I'll go over the drops at the end. So, spawning King Slime. Well, he can spawn naturally in the outer 1/3 of the map on either side. So that ultimately is 2/3 of the map. He will only spawn in the regular surface forest biome, the purity it's sometimes called like this, with the regular trees and the regular grass. He will only naturally spawn in those areas. If you want to increase the odds of him naturally spawning, kill enemies in those areas. Having a minion can help to kill those enemies, especially slimes. Water candle or battle potion, of course, increases spawns in general and will therefore increase the likelihood as well. Basically, it's a chance that any slime that would normally be spawned will be spawned as King Slime instead. You do have to be in the outer 1/3 of the map in the forest biome for that to happen. It's a 1 in 300 normally, just to give you an idea. You can also summon him manually with a slime crown, which is crafted from a gold or platinum crown plus some gel. So it does vary by platform what you're going to need to actually craft that. A gold or platinum crown itself is crafted from gold or platinum bars. That is 5 bars on the updated platforms, 30 bars on the non-updated platforms, plus 1 ruby. You need 1 ruby to craft one of those crowns. And also you will need gel. It's 20 gel on the updated platforms. It's 99 gel on the non-updated platforms. And so the regular crown is first crafted at your anvil. So I've put an anvil down here so I can show you this. So again, I am on one of the updated platforms, PC, so it's just 5 bars and 1 ruby. If you're not updated, it will be 30 bars required. And for me, I'm using gold, so that's a gold crown, but you can use platinum as well. And then the slime crown, you take that crown and you combine it with gel, and you'll need to do that at a demon or crimson altar. So I have a crimson altar here, and here you go. Slime crown, again, updated, it's only 20 gel. Non-updated will be 99 plus that crown. And there you go. So now I've got 2 of them. I made 1 previously. And that is how you can manually summon King Slime. Also, there's a third way. On the updated platforms only, there's a slime rain event, not to be confused with this rain. But it can rain slimes, and slimes will fall from the sky. And if you kill enough of them, that will also spawn King Slime. If you've not defeated him yet in the world, you'll have to kill 150 slimes during the slime rain event for him to spawn. After you have defeated him in the same world, later slime rains, he will spawn after killing only 75 slimes, so half as many. And speaking of spawning King Slime, fighting King Slime, beating him can be a good way to farm for gel because he has slime minions, which we'll get to, and also for biome-specific items due to, again, the many slimes that he spawns as sort of his minions. So if you're in a lot of the hard mode, items will only spawn in, or will only be dropped by random enemies in a certain biome. If you summon King Slime, you have lots and lots of slimes that you're going to kill as part of the fight, and so you have a better chance, basically, because it's a 1 in however many just by being in that biome and killing enemies. So that can be a good way to farm for some of those items as well. So let's talk about King Slime. Well, he is a giant slime, and on the updated platforms only, he wears a crown. On the non-updated platforms, he's just a giant slime, but he has a ninja inside of him, and either way, on all platforms, and he shrinks as he is damaged. He, again, has basically slime minions. He spawns ordinary blue slimes, both in normal and expert. In expert only, he will also spawn spiked slimes who shoot little spikes at you, much like those ones in the jungle and the frost biome. The spiked slimes that you find there, they're a lot like that, but they're not exactly like that. They're just blue slimes that are spiked slimes. So there's that. So again, the only other difference, other than the fact that he also spawns those spike slimes in Expert only, the other difference in Expert is that he has higher health and does higher damage, like other enemies. Basically all enemies in Expert. So let's talk about strategies. Oh, and yeah, on the updated platforms only, actually, he will teleport to stay close to the player and to attack the player, particularly if you get a little ways away from him. If you get too far away from him, he will teleport to come and get you, only on the updated platforms. And on the non-updated platforms, it's therefore easier to trap him. He will not fall through platforms, actually. So if you have platforms like this and he's up here, he will not fall through that. But again, on the updated platforms, he can teleport. So he'll get close to you that way instead. On the non-updated platforms, you can basically just box him in. And that'll make your fight a lot easier. The easiest way to defeat him, though, on all platforms is to do something very simple like this. Just a straight up rope up into the sky with no platforms or anything at all. You need a rope at least 20 blocks high, which is exactly the height that this one is, because his highest jump is 17 blocks. So, of course, that has to be in a flat area so that he can't jump off an edge and hit you still. But basically, if I sit here, he's not going to be able to jump high enough to get me. And so this is a very easy way to defeat him, because he simply can't get up here, and he'll only teleport on the updated platforms onto surfaces. So again, he will not teleport up here. He'll only teleport back and forth down here because there's no surface for him to teleport to. So that's the easiest way to do it. So another way of doing it is that you can actually dig like a hole in the ground and put platforms over the top of it. If it's a small enough hole, he'll be too big to fit in there for most of the fight. And so you can basically just hide in the ground and shoot up at him, and he won't fall through the platforms, and he won't be able to come in the tiny box. So that's also one approach that you can do. Either way, no matter how you're going to fight him, you're probably going to want to use weapons that it can attack from range, whatever weapon class they might be. Basically, he's just jumping at you, and that's his main attack, is to jump at you. So easiest way to fight him is to be far enough away that he can't get you and hurt you. And so whether you use range class weapons like a bow, which is what I've got here, or magic weapons that attack from range, or even melee weapons like a boomerang or something that's counted as a melee but attacks from range, can also work as well. So as far as equipment and everything, also actually one more way that you can fight him if you want to, is, you may or may not be far enough along the game to do this, but you can actually create a shallow lava trap, like in just a one block area like this, that's wide enough where you can pour lava that's not too deep that it will burn up the items that he drops, but is there, so it will hurt him because he is susceptible to lava. So that's another way as well. Just ideas, but if your lava's too deep, it'll burn up the items that he drops, so you don't want to do that. And obviously you need to be able to dodge the lava yourself, so you could even use the rope trick with the lava, or you can put some platforms above it and jump back and forth. It's up to you. But he is susceptible to lava, so that's an idea as well. So as far as gearing up, in terms of armor, you're going to want lead or iron armor or better, probably. I mean, people obviously can do it even with no armor, as long as you don't get hit. But because of all those little slimes he spawns, and if you're worried about being hit, you'll probably want lead or iron or better. I'm wearing some tungsten armor for this. And again, in terms of weapons, most weapons actually, other than short swords will be effective enough, but I would recommend something that can attack at range, because he is basically immune to knockback, so you can't knock him back with a sword, and because he's jumping at you, you probably want to stay away. That's the only way that he directly hurts you himself. So yeah, a decent bow is a good choice. I've got a platinum bow. You don't even need a bow quite that strong. And in terms of bows, Unholy or Jester's arrows will be pretty ideal, because those will also pierce and hit all of the little slime minions that he's going to have. So piercing arrows are a good idea. And yeah, any other weapons you can attack with at a decent range, like guns, spears, flails, yo-yos, grenades, and so on. There's lots of options. In terms of accessories and buffs, you don't necessarily need a lot, but obviously things will help. A shackle for a little extra defense. You know, you're probably initially at least going to be fighting him very early in the game, so you're going to have, you know, things like shackles, maybe if you're lucky, a band of regeneration, which I did equip one here. Some boots, any kind of boots, Hermes boots, sailfish boots, etc., so that you can run around a little faster. Double jump, things like a blizzard in a bottle or a cloud in a bottle, so on, will help. Anything for movement, basically. If you happen to be playing expert and you defeat the Eye of Cthulhu first, you can use the Shield of Cthulhu to dash and get away quicker, and so on. But at the end of the day, he's pretty easy and you don't really need a lot. It doesn't hurt, though, to have a campfire to help your regeneration. You can even do a heart in a bottle if you're a magic user, star in a bottle. You know, those things will help. And buffs, of course, will help. Well-fed buff, particularly an expert, so, you know, bowl of soup or some cooked fish or whatever is a good idea. I'm not even going to use buff potions, but you can, certainly, if you want to. Iron Skin Potion, Regeneration Potion, Swiftness Potion, those are all good ideas. If you are using a bow, Archery Potion, sure. But it's pretty easy, so you don't really need to worry too much about it. And yeah, so let's do the fight. That's basically that. So let's do the boss fight. I'm going to quickly show you the cheap and easy way of doing this. I'll put some torches here so you can see what's going on. So let's do it. This is the cheap way of doing this. And just in case, I'll put a few more ropes up here. And there he is. Now he can see, the wiki says 20 block high rope is enough, but he clearly jumped high enough to hit me there, so I guess a little higher. Whatever. This is why you want your rope to be tall enough, though. I'm kind of obviously like being super like unconcerned about this. So obviously, if you're going to use the cheap way, you probably want to build it a little bit higher than that, it turns out. And there you go, he actually just teleported because he couldn't get to me. But he only teleports onto the ground. Oh, great, Blood Moon, perfect. So yes, the wiki lies. Make your rope a little taller than 20. I'm going to say about 30. I guess you can always jump at the top of your rope as well. There's the teleport effect again, but as you can see, he only teleports onto surfaces, so if you don't give him a surface, he doesn't really have anywhere to go. Another idea is you can actually build platforms up off the ground and then latch yourself with a grappling hook or even a rope, just climb up to just below the platform, and he will stay on the platform. Again, he does not fall through platforms, so you can also just stay below a platform, but high enough. Obviously, you need that to be high off the ground as well, because you want him to basically be on top of the platform. And at the same time, you do not want him under you, jumping high enough to get you, so yeah, that's an option too. And again, on the non-updated platforms, you can just box him in because he cannot go through walls. He can only teleport through them on the updated platforms. On the non-updated platforms, he can't teleport, so you can just stick him in a box and hit him until he's dead. And there you go. It's not actually that hard. That's the super cheese way. I'll show you the legit way in a second as well. Why don't I just cut ahead to that? Okay, so daylight has returned, and thankfully the rain has ended as well. Let's show you the not quite so cheesy King Slime fight. I do recommend, you know, some little basic arena of some kind, whether it's just a row of platforms that you can jump up and down from, some ropes, some platforms, whatever. You don't need anything too major. It's just that you do need to be able to get around him, basically. So you don't want him, you know, just charging back and forth over a straight area where you can't jump up or down and get around him. Main thing is that you do need some maneuverability. And yeah, I crafted some more Jester's arrows. I actually ran out during the last fight. You may have noticed I have a ton of Frostburn arrows, which is fine, but the Jester's arrows obviously are better at taking out all these little slime minions. And yeah, I might as well get to jump start on talking about the drops, because I'm not too worried about losing this. So he will always drop 5 to 15 lesser healing potions, which you can see in my number 4 slot at the top there. I got 12 last time. Somewhere between 5 and 15 he drops. And on the updated platforms only, he will always drop the Solidifier crafting station as well, which is used to craft stuff out of slime gel, which you turn into slime blocks and turn that into other stuff. So this is what I was saying about not wanting to fight him on open ground. So back to the rope. Now, yeah, this is what you don't want to happen. Don't get trapped with him in an open area. Have some maneuverability. But otherwise, he's pretty easy. As long as you have somewhere to go. If you ever wondered why I have ropes up the side of my arena, there you go. So yeah, he has a 1 in 4 chance always to drop the slimy saddle, which is what a lot of you might want from him. Oh, see. Oh, interesting thing. Yeah, again, don't get trapped. But he will actually not despawn if you're playing single player. He will still be here. He should be. When I respawn. See, that's how little I was caring about this. But yep, there he is. He's still around. And yeah, there's a 1 in 4 chance that he'll drop the slimy saddle. If you're playing multiplayer and everyone in the game dies, I think he will despawn. But if you're playing single player, he will not. Yeah, see, you can see how he gets stuck in blocky areas there too. See, I didn't even bother to get a heal from the nurse or anything. So yeah. He has also a 1 in 3 chance to drop the slime hook. If you're not on 3DS, I believe the slime hook does not exist on 3DS. According to the wiki, that's what the wiki kind of suggests anyway. And also the King Slime mask and trophy. Okay, hold on. So if you're not on 3DS, there's a 1 in 3 chance that he'll drop the slime hook. And if he does not drop the slime hook, then he will drop the slime gun, which doesn't actually do any damage. It's basically just for fun, but there's that. And he will also always drop 1 of the 3 pieces of the ninja set. You can call it armor or not, but it is, you wear it as armor, and it gives you obviously boosts and stuff. It's a throwing set, I believe. Am I right about that? Anyway, yeah, he will drop that, and that can be important. And there's a 1 in 10 chance on all platforms that he will drop the King Slime trophy, and a 1 in 7 chance that he'll drop the King Slime mask. The wiki's a little unclear whether that's on all platforms or not. I think it is. And expert mode, of course, only. He will drop his treasure bag, which will always contain the royal gel accessory. When the royal gel is equipped, slimes become passive like critters. You can see, because I'm on expert, all I got was the treasure bag and the healing potions. The other stuff will be in the treasure bag. So there, when I open that, oh, I got the slime hook. There you go. And yeah, this is something else that I noticed, that on expert, I don't know if it's an expert thing or wiki might be wrong about this thing, but I've been getting 2 pieces each time of the ninja set. It says that you're supposed to get 1 of the 3. But yeah, there's the royal gel, and if I equip the royal gel, basically slimes will now be passive. They will not hurt me. So here's a slime. Yay, he's like my buddy, like a you know, a bunny or something. He's not going to come after me. He's not going to attack me. He's now passive as if he were a critter kind of thing. The NPCs will actually still attack them, interestingly enough, as will your minions. But the slimes will not attack you and will not hurt you. And even if you hurt them. And okay, there are a few exceptions to that. Hop-in Jack, I believe that's from the Pumpkin Moon, or is that the Halloween seasonal event? But anyway, the Hop-in Jack slime does not get affected by the Royal Gel. Also, King Slime himself and his slime, his regular slime minions will become passive, but the expert mode spiked ones will not, interestingly. So there you go. And yeah, expert mode, basically all the other items come in the treasure bag other than the healing potions. And there you go. I got the solidifier there as well. You're supposed to get that every time. So yeah, just opened 2 treasure bags, got 2 of them, and 2 Royal Gel as well. Oh, and this time I got the slimy saddle. So there you go. Oh, and another slime hook. I got pretty lucky on that one. But anyway, that's King Slime, and that's the total guide to King Slime, I guess. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, and my apologies to any wiki writers who might be watching this. I don't mean to insult you. I rely on your work heavily, but yeah, it's not always perfectly right, as you can see with the rope. So anyway, hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.